That is my studio, that is a gun, and these two guys just stole everything I need to make videos. Here's the story. So this video is going to be different than most of the videos that I do. I want to explain what happened. This is the studio that the burglars came into. They had weapons, rummaged through all of my stuff. They stole 5 cameras, they stole 8 lenses, they stole 4 drones, all of my audio equipment, and all of this happened while I happened to be in the front yard with our new pup. This has never happened to me before. I thought under no circumstances would I ever have to protect this place from gunmen. And so I'm a little bit freaked out at the moment, but also very motivated because it a little bit feels like I'm guarding the house from lions at night. Now I have more cameras than I can think of guarding the property. I have alarms, barbed wire, booby traps, motion sensors. Those are for the next burglar. There are a lot of things that are really valuable that I have for the work that I do, this educational work, that are fairly interesting. Let's take a quick tour of all the things they did not steal. They were rummaging through this area. I think they were looking for guns, but I don't have any guns over here, but I have a lot of skulls. And they knocked all the skulls down and they were kind of freaked out by it. Either I found them in the wild or they're a part of a bigger project. For instance, this skull right here is of a reticulated python. I did a video project for Discovery. It was one of the first docs that I did where a 23-foot reticulated python swallowed somebody whole. This is pretty disturbing. Look at all the different teeth that are in there. Isn't that crazy? This is my favorite knife, which they did not steal. This was a wedding present. It's a Scandinavian knife made out of reindeer bone, birch wood, and reindeer antlers. By the way, we do a winter survival course up in Sweden. If you want to sign up for that, definitely send me a note. This is a mushrooming knife. You would cut off the mushroom so you're not pulling it out, mycelium and all. You use this part of the knife, which is a dust kit, and you dust off all the dirt, because if you throw it into your basket before you've dusted off the dirt, then you're going to be eating dirt when you cook them up later. But I do tons of stuff on mushrooms, so I have mushrooms everywhere. They did not steal the dried death caps, the dried destroying angels that I have that would have killed them. Fortunately, they also didn't steal one of my favorite things, which is all of my Amanita muscaria potions, so to speak. If I have any aches and pains, I put this on my skin and it fixes it all. There's 3 of them right here, all at different stages of growth. Amanita muscaria, by the way, was the first big hallucinogenic mushroom that I did a video on, and so this would have meant a lot if they stole it, because you can't just pick this up at the store. This is like, you gotta make it yourself. I did a video a few years ago talking about mosquitoes, and we had 2,000 of them feed on my arm. And it turns out mosquitoes lay eggs, and this container here is full of yellow fever mosquitoes. So if you want to breed them again, you just dip that in water, and a few days later, out come the little eggs into the water, and then you have yellow fever mosquitoes in a week. Kind of funny if they stole that and tried to do anything with it, or put it in their water container. A special 4-leaf clover seeds. For this is clover, which are really valuable, and I'm glad they didn't steal these because I want to grow these. I thought one of the things they would steal was all of my weapons.
This is a poison-tipped arrow.
Thankfully they didn't. I have a lot of my first bows. They did not steal my atlatl with long wooden arrow spears. Can you imagine getting hit by one of these? Oh my God. I'll have to show you the weight on this later. I know they saw this. I have footage of them rummaging over here. This is, oh! This is my bin of deadly poisons. I have henbane and mandrake and water hemlock, ricin. All of these I just keep around because I take different plants and I crush them up. Some things are deadly, some things are hallucinogenic, some things are psychotropic. And I find that interesting because I like to talk about humans' use of all of these compounds. This is also really good for education. If you want to get kids interested in plants, you first bring out all the plants that can kill you. And I'm probably not surprised by this, but they did not steal my stash of Tremetta mushroom coffee. When I don't want to go out and make my own concoctions of mushrooms, whether it's lion's mane or reishi or cordyceps or any of the cognitive boosting ones that will help you out on a day-to-day basis, then I definitely do take Tremetta. Tremetta sponsored the last 2 videos here on Stone Age Man, and I've kind of grown really fond of the taste. So when I'm traveling, I take one of those packets, I put it in hot water. It's my mushroom coffee for the day. I love coffee, but also, this has got all the other ingredients that you need. You could go out into the field and make your own concoctions, but this just makes it a lot easier. I want to thank them, of course, for sponsoring the work that I'm doing. I definitely need it at this time when, well, it's really hard to have the production gear that I need. And so I have to thank my buddy for coming out and shooting with me. You can go to Tremeta.com/StoneAgeMan and you can get 40% off your first order, free shipping in the US, and, well, you get one of these mixers with it. So it's a good deal. I don't always talk about why I started Stone Age Man. I started out as a biologist. I was studying animals. I noticed that there were a lot of people who suffered from depression and anxiety. We're living in cubes, we're watching cubes all day, we drive in cubes, we work on cubes, and this cubed lifestyle is definitely not how we evolved. We evolved in the Stone Age. And so if we can take little tips from how our Stone Age ancestors lived, then we could have a better life where you're healthier and happier. I think there's a whole bunch of ingredients to living healthy as a human, but because I teach about nature, I'm trying to help people with that nature connection. How can you understand the natural world around you in a place where we are so disconnected from it? So everything is changing, but that doesn't mean I'm changing Stone Age Man. On the contrary, I'm a lot more motivated to get this going. So I will be taking a few side gigs to help friends tell their stories so that I can get the cash needed to get the equipment so I can tell these stories here on YouTube. I can't depend on my friends all the time. And I will also be giving away all 3 of the courses that I've made over the last 3 years: bushcraft, knots, how to tell your science story, free for my patrons over on Patreon. And this is my way of saying thank you, and also I hope it doesn't feel like charity when you're supporting the work that we're doing. It's also a way for me to interact more with you, so I really enjoy that. Can't believe this is the update that I have to share with all of you. But new video coming soon, and we'll see you in the woods one day.